guys have not heard, the next installment to the Borderlands franchise. People who believe that video games is a waste of time. Yo, what up, gamers out there? The name's Second Heat. What I'm about to do is give you guys a two-part video. Right now, what we're gonna do is first, I'm gonna give you guys the origin or the creation of how I got my name, and after that, I'm going to give you guys a Grinds My Gears video all about my name. So at first, it's going to seem kind of weird of why I say that I'm going to do a Grinds My Gear video on my name, because it's my name, you know, I chose it, so why would I be mad at that? Well, on part 2, you'll see why. So we're going to start off with part 1 on how I came to be Tekken Heat, or well, now NMS Heat. But the NMS part, I'm not even going to talk about that, it's just going to be Tekken Heat itself, alright? So here we go. During the Black Ops 1 times, it was me and a lot of my friends. This was back when I wasn't really a lone wolf player. This was back when I actually played with a lot of my friends. Every now and then I still will, but just not as much as I did back then. Back then was pretty much almost a full party every time I got on, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. It was always constant laughs. We always joked around. We wouldn't take the game. Well, we weren't as focused on the game, but we were winning a lot of our games, which is pretty funny. But I guess we were just not to be cocky, but we were just so it's like we were just so good that we didn't have to put too much attention on the game to win. As cocky as that may sound, it would almost turn out to be that way. But anyways, going further on to things, and also just a quick tip for all you gamers, all you lone wolf gamers out there. No matter what, even if you're playing the worst game known to man, and this is how I felt with Black Ops 1, even if you're playing your most hated game ever, as long as you're playing it with a friend or a group of friends, that game will turn out to be one of the best games you've ever played, because that's how it happened with me, and I'll talk about that in a later commentary, maybe sometime in another day. But anyways, me and my friends, we had a lot of fun together. You know, we always dominated people, and it came up to the point where my friend decided to create a friendly team that he called the Rape Clan, and this was basically a clan tag name. So all we did was just change our clan tag to, I believe it was just regular capital RAPE, you know, rape. So we did that, and we were our own clan. Now, we did kind of recruit some people into rape. It wasn't that many people. Like at most it was like maybe 7 to 10 people in rape. A lot of us knew each other IRL, so you know it was hard for us to like split off. But you know, we weren't really people who were looking to be big. You know, we just wanted to be a friendly team, a friendly full party, just wanting to have a lot of fun together. So going further on to things, this is kind of around the time, well, a couple months later, was around the time where I fully got into the sniping knowledge. You know, I did quickscope before Black Ops 1. I was quickscoping ever since my first Call of Duty, which was Modern Warfare 2. I even quickscoped in Black Ops 1. I did a lot of it. All my friends knew it. Everyone knew that I loved to quickscope. Even came to the point where I actually got some of them into quickscoping a little. But it was still at that point where I wasn't fully aware of the sniper community itself. You know, all I knew is quickscoping was fun for me. It was meant for me. So couple months later, I started watching YouTube videos. I started like really watching YouTube gaming videos, and I started seeing a lot of sniping videos. My favorite people to watch were normally the people from Optic. For those guys that do not remember, Optic Gaming or Optic Nation was one of the most popular popular sniping clans of all time. There was also FaZe, who is now, I'm pretty sure, is now the biggest sniping clan of all time with over 2 million subs. Every now and then I would watch Darth and then some other um, sniping videos. After watching a lot of these, it really started to inspire me a lot more to not just quickscope, but to take it a step further and wanting to be a part of sniping clans. You know, I really wanted to do what these sniping clans are doing now, how they're all like popular as can be, how everyone knows their name, how they have fanboys. Having that thought in my head was something pretty inspiring. You know, I really wanted to be like one of those people. This was basically the origin of why I want to do YouTube. I guess it wasn't just for the fame itself, but because it seemed like something so fun that people are actually doing this, that this is actually a big thing, and I wanted to be a part of that thing. So this was kind of like not just the origin of my name, but the origin of this YouTube thing as a whole. So as I was thinking about this, you know, I really want to join a sniping clan. I really want to be a part of a sniping clan so badly. But I was already in a clan. It wasn't a sniping clan. It was just regular a regular friendly clan, as I said, the rape clan. That was with my friends. So I didn't want to leave them, you know, because I guess it would have seemed as kind of like betrayal or something, or you don't want to be part of us. Even though it wasn't taken too seriously, but I just didn't want to have that kind of guilty conscience. So I asked my friend if he would be okay if I made a sub clan, a clan under the rape clan. And like I said, they all knew I loved to quickscope. They all knew that I love to snipe so much. Even some of them like to quickscope as well with me. Um, and you know, my friend, we talked about it for a while, and he said, "Sure, you know, sure, that would be awesome. That sounds awesome. You know, go for it. That'd be great." And I even asked another one of my friends who was also in the rape clan if he wanted to be co-leader with me. And the reason why I asked him this was because he was he wasn't just a close friend, but he was a close friend to me when it came to sniping. We would 1v1 a lot. It was a whole lot of fun, and I trust him. I had a lot of trust in him, and so I asked him, "You want to be co-leader with me?" Along with another one of my friends who was pretty much the same thing, except we didn't know each other IRL. We just knew each other through rape, and me and him were pretty good at quickscoping and stuff. We 1v1 a lot. It was always close, even though I would just clutch the win almost every time. And so we decided to form a sub-clan under rape, and it was up to me to create the name. It took about 2 weeks for me to finally get down to two names. The first one was the one I originally wanted, which was Ionic Gaming. Ionic Gaming, I don't know why. I don't know how I came up with these names. It just came to me. And Ionic Gaming sounded like a pretty good name. And I came up with the decision, if Ionic Gaming did happen, my name would be Ionic Wolf. Wolves are my favorite creatures. I mean, my favorite animals, and I really want that to be a part of my name, Ionic Wolf. If you guys do not know, this is actually the name of my Minecraft account. My Minecraft account name is Ionic Wolf. So this was something that I really wanted to be a thing. However, as I was making the account on PSN, I found out that Ionic Wolf had already sadly been taken. So Ionic Wolf was out of the picture. I couldn't use Ionic Wolf. So I decided to use my second option, which is Tekken Snipers. Sounds pretty off, but I just went with it. And when I first made the name Tekken, I completely did not think about the game itself. I didn't even think about the game. It kind of hit me later on where people were telling me, "Oh, you play Tekken and stuff." I was like, "Oh crap, I forgot. Tekken is also a popular fighting game." You know, I already knew about the game, but I guess it just didn't hit me. It's just the name came to me because I don't know why. It just hit me. It's like, "Oh, Tekken sounds good." Without me even thinking like, wait, that's the name of a popular video game. So I didn't think about that. So I just rolled with the name Tekken, and then decided to make my primary name Heat. This is also something that also had a lot of backfire in a way, but I'll get to that in the Grinds My Gears video. So I became Tekken Heat. I told my friends, add me Tekken Heat, and you know, some of my other friends decided to join Tekken. They decided to snipe as well. They didn't dominantly snipe like I did, and I wasn't surprised, you know, and I didn't really care. I didn't care because we were all still good friends. It was all just for fun. I just wanted to be a part of a clan that we can at least snipe a bit more, which we did, and it was all fun. So throughout time, we were the Tekken snipers, and it wasn't until Modern Warfare 3 that the clan died, and the reason why it died was because of the fact that a lot of the people, well, it was kind of like half of the people got Modern Warfare 3 day one, and the rest of the half, like me, had to wait until Christmas. So over the time span, and it was and that's basically like a little over a month of a time span of not being able to play with each other. And this is also one of the reasons why a lot of us really separated, why a lot of us stopped playing together, why a lot of us stopped talking, was because of the fact that when it came to Modern Warfare 3, half of us couldn't even play with one another. So it's kind of like we moved on, but not that purposely. It just happened. You know, it just happened. We just so happened to separate because we couldn't play the same game. And when I finally got Modern Warfare 3, it already came to the point where it's just like, you know, it's just not gonna happen. Every now and then we would play together, but as a whole, you know, as an everyday thing, that just wasn't gonna happen. So Tekken was dead, and I then had to come to the point. I had to then make the decision whether or not to keep the name. I really like the name Tekken Heat. I thought that would stick with me throughout throughout my gaming throughout my gaming life, and I really want to keep the name. However, Tekken wasn't a thing anymore. Tekken, and I mean the clan, the Tekken game, I mean the Tekken snipers was no longer a thing. So it's kind of weird for me to keep a clan name when the clan is no longer alive. So I was thinking about it whether to keep that name or to go back to my original name, which I didn't want to because the name is Fire Randy 200. And don't laugh, you know, we all have had those times of ridiculous gamer tags. And this and Fire Randy 200 was back when I was in middle school or so. So, you know, it's kind of like whatever. It should be somewhat understandable. But anyways, I was debating between whether to go back to Fire Randy 200 or to keep Tekken Heat. And as you guys can tell, I kept the name Tekken Heat. And till this day, I still use that account name, as you guys can tell. And I really love it. I love it so much, and I have had, well, not until later on, I haven't had any regrets with using the name. Now, I think it's time for you guys to finally figure out why my name grinds my gears. Let's get into things.